An adverb is something that modifies a verb or an adjective. Or another no, because if you're damn turning something into me, you don't have two adverbs in a sentence for one to modify the other. She's an English professor.
I was going to say, editor must be completely defined.
Yeah, English professor.
And
if you have two adverbs in a sentence, you're just fired. The reason that it took me a long time to be able to codify and distill why experienced writers, editors, and publishers tell new writers don't use adverbs. Because you've heard it before. This is not a new thing. There's a reason. It takes you out of the action. It's a weak word. He walked quickly across the room. Well, why didn't he stride across the room? Why didn't he gallop across the room? Why didn't he cartwheel across the room? You can have verbs that are significantly more descriptive than just he grunted loudly. How about he screamed? He howled, shrieked in pain, shrieked with effort, shouted. I don't know. Come up with something. Picking better verbs and better adjectives means that you don't have to use adverbs. How many of you have seen Dead Poets Society? Those of you whose hands aren't up, go home tonight and watch Dead Poets Society. It's some of Robin Williams' best work. Language was invented for one purpose: to woo women.
And women like words.
Women like good words. Women don't like weak-ass, namby-pamby words. Neither do men. Neither do anyone of any gender. Use better verbs and adverbs, and better verbs and adjectives. Edit that out. Use better verbs and adjectives, and you won't think you need adverbs. And it's lazy writing. Don't be lazy. We talked a little bit earlier about what passive voice is and why you don't want to use it. Because it distances you from the action. It's also clumsy. The rifle, which was picked up by John. John picked up the gun. There are times that you should use adverbs. Sometimes it's the only word that will work. Sometimes you don't want someone to whisper, you want them to speak softly. Because this is a whisper, but this is speaking softly. And it's not a murmur, because a murmur is indistinct. Sometimes using an adverb is correct. After you have published your 500,000th word of fiction, you can have one adverb per 50,000 words. Until then, you can have one adverb every 100,000 words.
Only one?
One.
Only?
One.
But that's always
One. I've published over 1 million words of fiction. 1.5 million if we're back to my tax returns.